This is Greg Strange at the International Insight for Business India conference here in London, and with me is Tosh Sheshabalaya, who's Director of India Advisory. Your presentation's all been about making sense of the new India. I think we all have an idea of what the old India is. It's all kinds of things for all kinds of people, a bit of Kipling, Shere Khan, the Holy Ganges, the holy cows and so on and so forth. The new India is something very, very different, and it's something the world has got to wake up and start doing business with.
Absolutely. I think what is important is the new India is essentially India finding itself back where it had stopped off 200 years ago. It's also very important because it's a continuous exercise in cliche busting and also finding new opportunities as a result of that. Now, you talked of the holy cow. I use that actually as a very good example because very few people know that India exports more beef than the European Union. So the cow is there. It can be holy in some contexts. In others, it's definitely not. And that is what India is all about. A mix and impermanent change.
So throw all your preconceptions out of the window, open your eyes and judge for yourself.
And start drilling down and seeing what lies under appearance. Now, this is very interesting. India is about substance, not form. India is about content, not finish. India is not China. It's not a China Mark II. And that way, neither is China India Mark I. They're both pulling in different directions. China is a blue-collar, manufacturing miracle, super miracle. India is a white-collar, services-led economy. India is pulling manufacturing up. China is pulling services down. In between, I think there are a lot of people who might find themselves squeezed. Now, this was what I was trying to explain, is how to leverage the new India to benefit from these kinds of processes.
So how does the average SME deal with the new India? What should they be trying to do?
I think first and foremost, they should try and see very clearly that India is also a multiple layer of states, powerful states. India is increasingly becoming federal. These represent different opportunities, smaller, more transparent points of entry. One of the things is very clearly emerging is different states are specializing now in different things. Punjab is specializing in food processing, Gujarat in petrochemicals, Orissa in metalworking, Chennai in automotive components, Pune in engineering. Now, if you are an engineering company, it may help you to go to Pune, but it may be very harmful because you may find all your competitors already there, in which case it's better to go to a state like Orissa, which is building all this metal processing capacity, but does not know what to do with it to finish it. So this sort of multi-layered approach to India is extremely important, but it has to be, in my view, done fast because too many things are happening at a very rapid pace.
Yes, it's evolving all the time, and that's presumably the problem. The concept you get of a place now will be totally different in a couple of years' time, and you've got to be open in your own thinking.
100% open in your own thinking, completely demolishing, as I say, all cliches and presuppositions of the past. And I gave an example which I think might be worth keeping in mind, that you have to have a multi-layered view. I took the view of a sparrow, which has some everyday truths. I took the view of a crow, which chews on pieces of dead meat. I have also talked about an owl which stays awake at night, and an albatross, which leaves you questions for which there are no answers, but that does not mean you can't do business without answering every question.
And a fascinating country, of course, to do business with.
Absolutely. I think very few people come back dissatisfied with India. And that's a very interesting thing because India, like Scott Fitzgerald described America, there is no second act in business in India. What happens is that you go in there, and if you succeed, you stay. So either you come back on the first plane and nobody's seeing you, or you are there for good and you come back a very happy person. And that's what's happening right now.